In Detail Entertainment presents Friday, April 2nd, Diamond Music Hall in St. Peter's, Inimical Drive. With Outrun the Fall. The 45.
Shake and quake. Remember, we just don't break down. 'Cause I'm torn with all the battle scars from you. Your abuse. 'Cause every soul that we know, we're all back in head to toe.
And special guest, comedian Max Price. Hosted by the one and only Shane Presley of Rock Paper Podcast. Tickets at Eventbrite. All information and details, facebook.com/Inimical Drive.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Thank you for tuning in to another brand new episode of the show. Today's features my friends, returning guest, the River Kittens. Had a really lot of fun recording this one. It was a wild Friday night hanging with them, and the sweet sounds of Yard Eagle in the background throughout the whole show. So enjoy that. These guys, I had a lot of fun hanging with Mattie and Allie, talking about their recent signing to Create Records with Devon Allman, getting to play Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, and working on their new album at Sun Records. So check it all out. You're going to hear more about these stories and everything else. Plus, we do some live jamming. I think you're really going to enjoy this one. Do want to remind you that Rock Paper Podcast is brought to you by Roughneck Beard Company and American Rambler, located right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Swing by and visit them off of Manchester in the Maplewood area. Shop 24/7 at roughneckbeardcompany.com. Use my code RPP15 for an exclusive 15% off your purchase. That's 15% off all your favorite beard oils, your beard balms. It's warming up. Maybe check out their junk powder for your junk, or check out one of my personal favorites, their Roughneck Beard Batter. Roughneck Beard Batter is the ultimate beard and skin moisturizer. It's a blend of 8 nutrient-rich soft oils whipped directly into unrefined shea butter for a moisturizing kick like no other. The highest amount of triglycerides and fatty acids available in the beard care market, hands down. World-renowned, but made right here in St. Louis. Again, check it all out. All sorts of great fragrances, wonderful products. Even if you don't have a beard, American Rambler has you covered for all your grooming needs. And again, you can find it all at roughneckbeardcompany.com. Also, big thank you to Heil Sound for their continued support and helping make the show sound great. Recording this intro on my brand new PR40 microphone. I love this thing. And so pick yourself up a brand new microphone today at heilsound.com. And if you want to support this show, a great way to do so is snagging up one of those little Shaney t-shirts at buyjack.com. Or through my, you can go through the merch tab on the rockpaperpodcast.com. Also, any of it's all the same store. It's all goes back to the show. So grab one of those. Let everybody know your favorite podcast in town. It's really cool seeing a bunch of those out there already. So thank you, anybody that's purchased one of those. Really means a lot to me. So thank you. Of course, if you need me, you can always find me at the new and improved rockpaperpodcast.com. Hit me up on that email at rockpaperpodcast@gmail. Let me know what you think of these new River Kittens tunes. I think these live recordings turned out really nice. It's a single microphone recording that I did, and I was really happy with them. So let me know what you think of these songs. Of course, with that out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy this brand new episode with the River Kittens.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
I'm Allie.
And I'm Mattie.
We're the River Kittens.
And we'll be right back with your drinks.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Scissors beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats scissors, Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot, could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with the River Kittens. Welcome back to the show.
Hey.
This is
Good to be back on the show.
Shane
Yeah.
Presley in the house.
it only took us like 5 years or something, I think. It's been like
Yeah,
what?
gosh. Because we've been together for 6, I
Yeah.
guess.
It's been a long time, but I'm glad to be back here and we have so much to talk about. A lot of exciting things happening. Mm-hmm. And if you notice any background music, it's provided by Yard Eagle.
That is true.
That's a plug if I
Yeah.
ever heard one.
There you go.
Again, that's Yard Eagle.
All right, look them up. They are doing a little jam recording session.
Yeah, they're doing some live
Downstairs.
recording downstairs at me and Nate's house.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm excited to be back here anyway, just to catch up with you all. But we have a lot going on. We got a new big announcement. We signed a record deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we
we-
did.
We got some recordings coming out soon. We got all kinds of fun things. So I just thought it'd be fun to document all this and get to sit and catch up with you, my friends, and
Yeah, it's
talk about all that.
about time we got back together to talk about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We should also collect our thoughts as well.
You know,
that's
those last
probably good.
Those last 5 years were pretty boring anyway. So you came in right at the right time.
But if anybody's been following along, River Kittens signed with Create Records, founded by Devon Allman, and which super exciting that Devon's believes in the River Kittens and wants to push this project out and get this record out there and all this stuff. We got
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, it feels really good to
Yeah.
have someone, with a career like his to think you got what it takes
right.
to tour like that and do the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah. And give us a
Exactly.
chance to do that. So
We're very excited.
we keep saying it, but we really do feel really, really lucky and like we've won the lottery.
It's
you know?
unreal. It's
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's it's one of those things that like everybody, I'm sure any musician when they pick up their instrument, like I want a record deal, I want to tour, I want to do all this stuff, and and it's happening. So
Yeah. I mean, for a long time, I just wanted to be on Broadway, but this is way cooler.
But now you're writing the songs. Now your songs get attention.
Well, it's not cooler. I won't say that, but I will because they're both really cool in their own way. But I will say, once I learned that I could, put all that energy that I put into like theater or whatever into like being a rock star, I was definitely sold on that path for sure.
yeah,
Like, oh wait, I can do the same thing, but look way cooler. All right,
and have way less people on stage.
that's like 14-year-old me. Yeah, yeah.
was that so? That was the original. That was the first dream was musical theater stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Her nickname in the band is Broadway.
Oh yeah.
My parents were, there was always some sort of musical playing in the house, or my parents, we would do community theater. We'd do it all together. Like there's one year my dad, my mom, and I, and my sister were all in The Music Man, the same production of The Music Man. And that kind of, I was just really into it. My whole family was. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always backstage. I did a little bit of stage production work and stuff in high school theater and stuff, and just because I enjoyed our teacher that was running it and stuff.
Yeah,
I
and like
enjoyed,
the community that surrounds all that.
for sure.
It's like
But
family.
I never thought like, man, I need to be on the stage performing or anything. I was just like, I'll stay back here. I'm cool. So
Well, you're kind of like right in the middle now.
I kind of walked that line a little. I go on stage to introduce a band or something like that. I'm actually getting to host a show coming up. They asked me to, MC it, and I'm like, so
Ooh,
I
fun.
get to do a little bit of that, but I enjoy being just being in the crowd, enjoying the show most of the time. I don't like to work
Well, this is a stage of its own too.
all right.
You have an audience.
Yeah, but anyway, so it's I enjoy like not being the center of attention. Now, it's just never really been my thing to be, and not. I'm not that personality.
I would have never thought that
right.
about you, Shane.
Well, good thing you called us.
Right. Yeah.
Good thing you called us because we can't live without it. We'd actually called Shane, everybody. We
Yeah,
needed him to
right.
come over and give us some attention.
But it's cool though. Like I said, so now we're coming around. We've been at this thing for a while, and then so how's this conversation start? Did Devon come out to a show, or where does
He heard us both sing in different capacities and not together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, since Nate is on tour,
Right.
who is my boyfriend, for those of you who don't know, he is on tour with Devon and the Allman Betts Band, and has been for, I think it's 3 years.
Yeah.
Maybe close to 4. It's hard. It's all a blur. But yeah, he, I'd go visit them and Devon throw me on stage. I think the first time I sang with him was at Disney World, which was pretty
Right.
cool.
That's a crazy sentence to say.
I know. He was like, hey, you want to just sing with us tonight? And I was like, oh, shit.
What song was it?
It was Tom Petty, because it was Tom Petty's birthday.
Stop
I
dragging my
think.
heart around.
Stop dragging.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So let alone you're, at Disney World and you're singing with the band.
Yeah,
and-
not only did he take me to Disney World,
Yeah.
but then he let me sing with him too.
and then ask you to sing Stevie Nicks too while you're at it. Like, so.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
That's a tall order.
Yeah.
Oh, she delivered.
But yeah, no, it was super unexpected, super cool. But he would do that every now and then when I'd visit, and so he had heard me sing several times, and I think he just finally, and he had heard Allie sing at a show of hers.
Yeah, we shared a drummer, and our dear drummer, John.
Our drummer, he's ours.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I pronounced our wrong.
No,
I
I
said
didn't.
our drummer.
That's not what I meant. I meant like he is ours.
right.
We own John Lum.
Well, we had John way before Devon did. Anyway, John was playing for a show for me, and he invited Devon. And then Devon actually IG'd me, and he was like, "Great job, you're a badass." And that was
Yeah.
fucking cool.
And then he was like, "Oh, they sing together." Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. So we got that working, and then so let alone he believes in enough to give you it's a record deal, but it's so much more than that. You're out. You just got to, last week or something, got to hang out in Nashville at a little place called Ryman Auditorium. Mm-hmm. You got, and then let's talk about that night. Like,
Okay, let's talk about it. No, you go first.
It was honestly a dream come true, and something that for maybe somebody like me would think would be like end goals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah.
end goal for me.
Like, when
I just
I'm
want to play
50,
the Ryman.
I'll get to play the Ryman.
Right. And then boom. No, that's like kind of the first thing you do when you sign for
Straight
this
back
label.
from the pandemic.
Exactly, straight out of a pandemic. But which it did like physically make the audience smaller, and then when I got out there and saw the audience, I was like, oh my God, we've played for this amount of people 9 billion times.
Yeah, it's not as nerve-wracking as I thought. Well, I was losing it.
Yeah.
Like,
I was wondering about like backstage, like before you step on out there, like it's got to be running through your head, like just the legacy of that.
all day. Oh my God.
Yeah, just
Oh my God. I was
Yeah,
like, does
end
anyone
goals.
have a fucking Xanax? I am losing it. Because I just like, I mean, I don't know if you know, but I went to school in Nashville. And so I was, when I went to college to do like music business, that was the place, one day. And that was a really big dream, like Allie's saying. And I definitely didn't expect to do that this year. And I think
on your birthday.
on my birthday,
Right.
which made it very sweet, very sweet. But yeah, I just was really nervous. I felt like I couldn't catch my breath. My heart was pounding, but most people are saying they couldn't tell, so that's
Yeah.
good. But to be honest, because that's what this podcast is all about,
Right.
right?
Yep. Very honest.
Honesty is that I was losing it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, actually, like a shot of tequila helped a little bit, and like Allie was saying, the crowd was small, but for me, it was the building that was making me nervous.
Right.
The history and the legend.
Well, and just it's so built up. Like it's our debut. It's our debut with Allman Betts. It's our Ryman debut.
It's
it was
a
just
lot.
Yeah,
It's a
it was a
lot.
lot to like look
And then-
forward to and plan for, and then
At the very last minute, Devon was like, hey, what do you guys play for Atlantic City? We're just all going to join you at the end of that song.
yeah. So
and it's
we're
like,
what?
we're playing with the Allman Betts Band. They are literally backing us up.
Yeah.
And that part was fun.
I got to see the video surfaced afterwards, and I got to watch that your set, and like that was such a cool moment because like let alone like they're but it's like I felt like that was like the official welcome to the family, we're coming out here. And then, hey, look, these are our badass friends, and we're gonna.
Well, and that's another thing about that
Exactly.
day. Like, honestly, there's no better group of people than those people that they have at the Allman Family Revival. All the guests and everyone in the crew and the guitar tech, the sound guy, the Allman, the band itself, and then all the guests. I mean, everyone. It's supposed to feel like coming home for Christmas, It's supposed
Right.
I think that's what the community that Devon's trying to cultivate with that, and it is a really cool moment always, and it did help too.
Right. But yeah, it turned out really nice. I just thought that was like such a cool moment and a really classy way to do it. And, of course on one of the, biggest moments, the biggest stage and everything. And just see like, so I really was, wish I could have been in that room to experience it live, but it was really cool to see it even just on the video and stuff. But, yeah, really, really cool. And of course, mentioning Atlantic City, that we just pushed that out as the new single, the debut on Create Records single and stuff, and we also got to feature G Love on there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
We didn't get to see G Love in person. We will
yeah,
this year, I'm sure. Play it with him a few times, but yeah, G Love was nice enough to join in on that, and actually, Gary Hunt, who is from St. Louis, who we have not mentioned yet, is playing fiddle on that tune as well. And I think the juxtaposition of him and G Love and the mandolin, it just sounds really nice together in a way that we probably wouldn't have put together.
Yeah,
the way he produced it, the way Devon produced it. So I did want to mention Gary because I haven't mentioned him yet. So
I met Gary through Voodoo Players, Sean Cannon's Voodoo Players.
Yeah.
And played several gigs down there at Oyster Bar, and he's a bad dude. He's very, very talented.
yeah.
Very talented.
oh God, yeah, he's one of the most talented dudes in St. Louis. Yeah.
But I didn't know him until, Sean brought him in, and that's what's kind of fun about that gig too. Is just like it's a fun way to network through St. Louis.
Yeah,
music
and that's like a lot what the Allman Family Revival feels
Right.
like now that you mention
Yeah.
it. It's just a really good time with really good people, and everyone's super supportive.
for sure. Yeah.
They blew up the Chicken Man in Philly last night. Yeah, they blew up his house too. Down on the boardwalk, they're ready for a fight. Gonna see what them ragged boys can do. Now there's trouble busting in from out of state, and the DA can't get no relief. Gonna be a rumble on that promenade, and the gambler commissioner's hanging on by the skin of his teeth. Everything dies, baby, that's a fact. Maybe everything that dies someday comes back. Put your makeup on, fix your hair up pretty, and meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Well, I got a job and I put my money away, but I got the kind of debt that no honest man can pay. So I drew out what I had from the Central Trust, and I bought us 2 tickets on that Coast City bus. Everything dies, baby, that's a fact. Maybe everything that dies someday comes back. Put your makeup on, fix your hair up pretty, and meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Well, our love may have died and our love may be cold, but with you forever I'll stay. We're going out where the sand turns to gold, so put your stockings on because it might get cold. Everything dies, baby, that's a fact. Maybe everything that dies someday comes back. Put your makeup on, fix your hair up pretty, and meet me tonight in Atlantic City. I've been looking for a job, and it's hard to find. There's winners and there's losers, and I'm south of the line. And I'm tired of getting caught down on the losing debt. But I talked to a man last night, I'm gonna do a little favor for him. Everything dies, baby, that's a fact. Maybe everything that dies someday comes back. Put your makeup on, fix your hair up pretty, and meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Oh, meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Oh, meet me tonight in Atlantic City.
So Atlantic City is out there, digitally available everywhere, wherever you're getting your music. But along with that, we do have a beautiful music video,
Yeah.
which we want you to go watch on YouTube and check that out. Which I thought I recognized a lot of St. Louis in the video, but they did a great job of kind of making it feel like it's shot at Atlantic City kind of thing. Like it's like kind of filled with the water and
Yeah,
you know,
well,
stuff.
we tried. Well, we did do.
Well, some of it is in Atlantic City.
Yeah. So we flew to Atlantic City, and the videographer Devon Williams, he's from New Orleans, so he met us there. We were actually on the same flight. We didn't
Know it.
know it. Yeah, the second leg from Charlotte, but we did go to Atlantic City. It was literally like fly by night. It was a day. We flew there.
We had maybe 3 hours, 4 hours to film.
Yeah, it was like real jet set and shit.
We got there,
Fly there,
and it
film,
was
go.
windy, and
It was really cold.
Then we had to drive to Atlantic City from Philadelphia.
So we didn't just it was just like really like
It was just go
packed up,
go
packed full day.
Yeah.
So we get to Atlantic City and we're filming, and
It's pandemic, so it's winter, and it's
it's
eerie
it's
almost.
all hours.
Yeah. So you'll see us like in the video. A cool like little tidbit to know is there's we were on the boardwalk, but it was closed, and we were just kind of like having a few drinks and walking by, and this guy says, "No,
we
said-
sneak in, and because there's a security guard inside,
no,
like the
we
pier.
didn't. We didn't sneak in. The security guard talked to us. He yelled at us and was like, "What are y'all doing?" And you go, "What are you doing?" And then we had a conversation with him, and we were like, "Can we come in and film on the boardwalk?" And he was like, "Hell yeah, it's the coolest thing's happened to me all month."
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, "I think he's fucking drunk." So he just let us do whatever we wanted in
He
there.
didn't even work there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we're like.
Yeah, he only
After
had
the
the
fact.
jacket. That's really the only proof that there was of
After
him
the fact,
actually
though, we were
working
like,
there.
"Fuck, is that guy even real?"
His accent was real.
He was an angel. But yeah, no, we only saw him once. And
He was
then
a rough-edged angel.
We had to like go back to the car and get warm, because it was so freezing. And every time we went back like several times to film more, and he was never there again. So now I'm thinking about it. He is a fucking ghost, dude.
Right.
Or just, yes, Shane, you're probably right. He's a drunk dude who was pretending that he worked at the boardwalk to lure young women
God bless him.
in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But then he was like, "Ah, shit, it's going to be on tape.
Yeah.
Better not."
And then we had to drive back.
It was just
Living that rock and roll lifestyle.
it was a quick one.
We got a couple. We got a couple
So when
shots.
we got home, we had to kind of fill it. Devon Williams came and drove up here, or flew up to St. Louis, and we did just some stuff in our own neighborhood. And I think it looked really nice together.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, really well done. And of course, a great song written by some guy named Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
You ever heard of him?
Yeah. But it was cool to hear your take on it, hearing it kind of flipped, having the female vocals on it. And so I never heard, like besides you singing it, but I never heard any other versions like of female vocals on
I
it.
haven't either. I'm sure there's some out there somewhere, but
It's
We just
real
have
nice.
heard the band's version, and that's what we chose to
Right.
model ours after.
well, yeah. I mean, I've heard the Bruce Springsteen version too.
Yeah. I did
that's-
hear the Springsteen version after the band's version.
But
though.
I feel like it's Levon has the mandolin on there, so that's
Works out.
why we think it favors the band's version a little more. But
Yeah. But yeah, check that out. And of course, find River Kittens on your Facebook and Instagram. Get plugged in on socials and keep an eye out for some more updates along the way, because we do have currently in studio working on brand new EP. Little place called Sun Studios. You guys recorded that.
yeah.
it is a little place.
Yeah.
Actually.
What is this is one that, like, I mean, obviously all these stories are super cool, but like I can I mean, I'd be freaking out. Like just thinking about the legacy that
Right.
room has.
Well, yeah, in the same way that the Ryman was, it's a different, it's a country. It's like the blues legacy, you know, and the rock and roll legacy. And honestly, I
grew up 2 hours away from it and like would go on the tour and everything. And you know, it just is this like super special, you know, it's like, it still is to this day another place in time.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like when we were there and the engineers, you know, who were making a record with Devon, they basically said, you know, Sam Phillips he wanted it to feel comfortable for newcomers, so anyone could just walk inside from off the street and cut a record or cut a song, a single. And I feel like you can still feel that in there. It's just a very like welcoming spirit. And we felt, unlike the Ryman where I felt like I needed to be in reverence to it all day and very like, it was more like
Welcoming.
cozy, and we felt like at home immediately, you know. It was like a South City hang in the middle of Memphis that we'd somehow been to before, you know, but not. I mean, I had not been there for the tour or anything, but yeah, it's a really special feeling place for sure.
Yeah.
I've never been. I have been down that way to go to Graceland once with my family, which I kind of feel like that's, I don't know, again, and maybe you were saying like kind of trapped in time. I feel like that when I walked through Graceland, it's like it's preserved just the way Elvis left it. And so it's like, it's just kind of like, obviously walking through it now, you're like, well, I've seen, you know, way better places on Cribs or anything else, but like, it's still cool that this is exactly the way it was left from the 70s and stuff. So
yeah, and Sun really has that feel too. You can tell they've really worked really hard to preserve the history of it and make it feel like it did the day Elvis walked in, or the day, you know, Jerry Lee walked in and Carl Perkins. But it's funny because you'll see like this, it's a vintage cabinet, you know, it's a vintage piece of sound equipment, but if you open it up, and I saw this on a documentary too, but if you open it up, it's new stuff inside there, you know, so there is like some newness, but they've tried really hard to keep that vibe and that feel, and that's makes all the
Hollywood
difference.
magic.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And it's not like, it's not a facade like, you know, like the front of a building at Six Flags.
Right.
It doesn't feel like that. It's not cheesy in any way. It's more like, it feels more real than, you know, those people feel more real than they ever have before, like just listening to their music. Now you have this connection, you know.
Our engineer also we instantly had chemistry with him. He was so cool and laid back and just had this natural feeling like we've known him forever.
Yeah, we were fast friends for sure.
Like he was just one of the boys. His name is Matt Rossbang, and he did a great job of making us feel welcome and supporting us throughout all of the takes we did.
Yeah. We just ended up, like, Devon really wants our record to sound, and we do too. We want our record to sound like us.
Like as
like
natural
just like us.
us,
Yeah. Like us live. The way you just saw us here, or the way you see us at Venice or wherever. Venice is where we keep telling ourselves we're at, you know, when we're in the middle of the sun and like, let's get a good take. So he just basically made it like a live gig, and we played like 25 live gigs for those guys, you know, over the course of 3 days. And hopefully we just
We
started listening to it. Hopefully we got some
definitely captured the real deal.
We did. I will say
You
we
know?
captured the real
because
Because
we've been in the studio so many times where we are just able to just like fix whatever little tiny thing that it is, and
well, we do have fun getting meticulous with a record,
especially our vocals and stuff.
Yeah. And that's how we've worked a lot of times, but this is very
This is very raw, very real.
genuine. Yeah.
What you would hear from us, plus a little spice.
Yeah, I mean, it'll sound like you're in that room at Sun Records with us.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, it's going to be cool. I'm excited for you too.
Well, and I should mention we are also recording at Sawhorse Studios here in St. Louis with
Chris Turnbaugh.
our superstar buddy,
Oh, yeah.
Chris Turnbaugh. Everybody loves Chris.
I love Chris, and I love Sawhorse. That's the same as when you were describing Sun. Again, I haven't been there, so like when I walked into Sawhorse, I feel that way
That is
too.
how, yeah, exactly.
I feel like it's just it's very comfortable. I sat down. I did a.
There's candy.
Yeah.
There's always candy.
coffee.
There's coffee.
There's whiskey if you know where to find it.
I did a podcast over there with Jason McIntyre, so
Yeah.
that was like so it's just a fun hang in that room for sure. So
We love it there, and so we're going to be adding some bells and whistles there. I don't know if Devon told you that.
Yeah.
And he obviously Devon's still producing, but Chris is our engineer here in St. Louis usually, and we love him.
Yeah, same with the chemistry.
Yeah,
Us and
fast
Chris
friends,
just
yeah.
get along.
And sometimes, if you need him for a gig on the last minute, he'll come play bass
He
for
can
you.
play bass, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our shout out.
Right. For
We
sure.
love Chris
Sawhorse.
Turnbaugh.
I hope that if I mention his name enough on the show, he'll come do the show eventually.
Oh, I bet he would.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah, but he's playing hard to get though.
He's fun to talk to too,
yeah,
as well.
I'm a fan. I've been following him around town a lot. Like he's in lots of groups, so
Oh, yeah.
keeps
We were just talking about the other day, and John Lund was in the room too. We were talking about all the bands they've been in and all the like, wedding gigs we played. And, John's like, I played a lot, but I bet Chris has got me beat.
Yeah.
Chris is like, oh, God, probably 100,000, He's just one of those, he's a Renaissance man.
There
That's
you
what
go.
you call him. Yeah, he's
Yep.
good at a lot of things.
Yeah.
He knows a little about a lot.
Yep. Yeah, I ran into him. Speaking of a wedding, it wasn't that he wasn't playing the wedding, but my friends got married at Mount Pleasant winery out there,
Yeah.
and then right after their vows and everything, I look over and there's a Steve Ewing band setting up, and Chris is playing with Steve that day,
Oh, yeah.
and so I got to go over there and hang out with some of my buddies, and it was just kind of weird that we're all in the same.
That's always a nice random, and yeah.
Right.
Especially at a wedding, because you're
Yeah.
like, man, I got like this one table to talk to.
Right.
And then you're like, fuck yeah, now I got Steve Ewing and Chris Turnbaugh to talk
Yeah.
Pros of being a musician.
Uh-huh.
But it was cool. So, so keep an eye out. What I think we're a summer release for the EP, right?
Yes.
June.
Yeah,
Early
June.
June is what we're shooting for at the moment.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that, and I'm sure we'll have some more updates along the way with singles and things, and before.
Yeah, there should be
So-
a few singles that come out before the EP, and we'll probably go on tour soon
Yeah,
after the EP.
there we go.
So
Well, we did do. You mentioned here we did do some live takes, and so this is my recordings of some of these songs that, and then we did. Let's play Coast to Coast. This is a River Kittens original,
yeah,
and
this is
this was super cool. Just a little living room jam, hanging out here. So
this is Coast to Coast is a newer one that that Nate and I wrote together actually,
all right.
and obviously me and Allie sing it much prettier than me and Nate. So that's the intro.
We'll see.
When I come home, nothing feels the same anymore. No one wants to play anymore with me. Frosted window panes, playing video games, Chinese food. And all my friends only driving white panel vans. We don't even have any fans to speak of. Playing in a bar, covered Maybe I don't know who I am anymore. It's all the same. I don't even know the name of the city I'm in today. Coast to coast regrets. No more cigarettes or fast food. Living in the rain, sleeping on the plane, and I need you. I need you. Maybe you're just older. Maybe you're just colder. Maybe I don't know who I am anymore. Going right into it. Maybe I'm just older. Maybe you're just colder. Maybe I don't know who I am anymore. When I come home, nothing feels the same anymore. No one wants to play anymore with me. When I come home, nothing feels the same anymore. No one wants to play anymore with me. And all my trusted window only driving waiting videos. Trying to have anything to speak of. And all my friends only driving white little vans. We don't even have any fans to speak of. Coast to coast regrets. No more cigarettes or fast food. Maybe I'm just older. Maybe you're just colder. Maybe I don't know who I am anymore.
I mean, listening to the lyrics and the title, I'm coming from your tour life, kind of the vans and
Right.
vans and fans and fast food and
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All your friends drive white vans and no more cigarettes and fast food and that's really I think that was a combination of how probably Nate's felt on Allman Betts tour and how I've felt, but it's like when you get home, I think is the feeling that he's talking about. Like you get so used to the road that when you get home, it feels weird.
yeah.
Cool. Can't
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. But I think that's Devon really liked that one when we showed it to him, and I think he probably
Could relate.
felt that. Yeah,
Yeah.
could relate to that. So
Yeah. I've kind of heard a similar sentiment from, it's just like when you're so busy, doing everything on your day to day from, tour life or whatever. It's like, sometimes it's weird to not do that, just like have that time where you're sitting down and stuff like, or whatever, it's just like, I was, actually, do you know John Beebe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We just had John on the show.
we're familiar.
Yeah. But
Oh, speaking of John Beebe, you can buy our merch at buyjack.com/River Kittens.
there it is. And he was telling, like, even for him, like he was telling me a crazy story about when he walked across the country and like how he, like, even that, like, it wasn't like as far as tour, but like he was doing that so long for.
Oh yeah,
and
he
stuff.
walked. That's right.
Yeah.
What a fucking psychopath.
But it was like it was like coming off of drugs when he was when he was done with it, because it was like
Holy cow, I bet.
It was like, trying to acclimate to normal life, not walking across the country and stuff.
Yeah. I had a friend that lived in Sudan for quite a few years, and he when he got back to the States, he like got in a car with me, and I was going like 70 miles an hour on the interstate, and he was like freaking out because he had only been in like old VW vans on dirt roads for like 4 years, so he hadn't gone that fast in a long time, or even gotten a car that would go that fast, or even had been on a pavement road.
Wow.
Yeah. Because he was like not in a city, obviously.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
don't tell him how fast his plane was going.
Yeah,
I won't.
But yeah, I think if you do anything that that repetitive and stuff, it's just kind of a weird change of pace.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll hear it on a proper studio recording of it or sometime soon.
You might.
So, but this was a fun little live take on it. I enjoy this stuff. Like, I enjoyed my take on it just because it's interesting to hear the stripped down, just a kind of acoustic versions of it and stuff. And
you're like MTV's Unplugged.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that if I could do that, series, kind of like a set of, I
Little Shaney's Unplugged.
Yeah, there you go. If I could do that like on a regular basis, like in a theater like that'd be ideal for me. Like that would be I can handle that.
I bet you'll do it one day.
I just I love that kind of stuff. Those are some of those, especially Alice in Chains set on that Unplugged. Like, that's one of my absolute favorite things. Like,
I have actually seen that.
Yeah,
surprisingly, they're not like one of my favorite bands or anything, but I feel like there was a guy that I was crushing on at the time, so I sat there and watched the whole Alice in Chains Unplugged with him.
It's a good set. Like, but it's like, again, like same thing. Like, even if you're not like a super fan of the band, it's a totally different.
Yeah.
So.
Same with they did like a Nirvana one, and Sheryl Crow did one, and our buddy R. Scott Bryan is on it. You can see him.
Yep.
Young R. Scott.
But yeah, I would love to do that every day. That'd be a sweet job someday. So let's drop in. We did another live one, and you said this is a cover though. Those Memories.
This is a cover. The Monroe brothers did it back in the day.
Yeah. Like
Bill Monroe. And I think in the 80s or maybe late 70s. I don't know. I think the 80s. Yeah. Emmylou Harris, Dolly Parton, and Linda Ronstadt did this together. And a friend of ours.
That's quite the crew.
Mm-hmm. A friend of ours, Jordan, that works out at Point Labadee. I don't know if you ever met her. She's. Is her last name Wilson, I think? She dates the bass player for One Way Traffic, Eric.
Okay,
and, she loved this song. It was her birthday. Eric messaged us and said, can you please play, I'll pay you to sing a special song for Jordan on her birthday, which was really sweet. And we played it, and we ended up really loving it. And we were like, well, that's in the repertoire now. So every time we play it or do anything like this, I have to message Jordan and be like, we did your song today, you know? So thanks, Jordan, for this, for the song recommendation. Yeah.
Those
That's a cool story for sure. Like, it's fun. I often ask people a lot on the show, like, what's a song that gets stuck in your head or different things. Mainly that's why, because I like that. Like, I'm kind of stuck in my own bubble sometimes, listening to what I like and what I know. And it's nice when somebody introduces you to something different, like a classic song like this and stuff.
Yeah, and we could. It's funny when you love it so much that you can't believe you never heard it before.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit, that is right up my alley. Thank you for
Definitely.
for suggesting it.
Yeah. So this was super cool. This might actually I didn't know the song until you played it, and yeah, it sounded really nice.
Thanks, Shane.
So we again find all things River Kittens on the social media. Be sure to snag some merch at BuyJack, and you can also pick up your little Shaney shirts at buyjack.com.
There we go.
Also.
One-stop shop.
Yeah. If you got a couple bucks in your pocket and you want to support, there it is. But we do have a couple of things besides this. We got some live appearance things that were coming up that you can see River Kittens. We first on March 28th, the video will appear on I guess Facebook. Probably be a good spot to find it. But
Yeah.
Sinkhole Presents.
Yeah, it's a local venue run by a friend of mine, Matt Stutler, and I'm sure you've met him and know him well. Yeah.
Friend of the show. We did a podcast over there for Shitstorm. And
Yeah, of course. And he's got a new little studio down underneath the venue too, which I'm really glad. I'm really glad some, a lot of places, and I know some have closed, but I'm really glad some of these smaller venues or recording studios are still kicking it and like thriving, and figuring it out how to do it differently, because that takes a lot of work and a lot of ingenuity. But yes, we are doing they're going to film it sometime this week, but then it's coming out on March 28th, and it's a series called The Sinkhole Presents, and there's not like a different genre every night. It seems like they're kind of sticking with genres. So we'll be doing it with, who are we doing it with?
Cara Louise
and the Choir Vandals will be on the same night as us. And Arch City AV does all the audio and video production. So it should be really killer.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, that's going to be fun. And of course, there's multiple, again, it's a series, so there's lots of great St. Louis entertainment on there. So get out and check that out and support all that and support the Sinkhole over there. So keep an eye out for that. And then on April 18th, you will be appearing with our friend Allman Betts Band in Chesterfield, Missouri.
Yes, sir.
At Chesterfield Amphitheatre. And so tickets are going fast. Hopefully, if they're still available, or if there are any available by the time you hear this, but if they are, snag them up because.
Is it social distance?
Yeah, they're like pods or something out there, kind of thing. I think they're sold in 4-packs or.
It's a big place, so it should be.
But yeah, nice outdoor venue, space out, and but that's it's a neat little. It's a smaller amphitheater, so that's what's kind of nice. It still has like a little intimate feel to it, but it's really nice.
Big enough to
for sure
stick to your pot.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah. It's no Riverport or whatever, but
nah.
But it's gonna be cool. That's gonna be a fun day out there, and then getting to see you two live.
It's way more affordable than Riverport. The beer is cheaper.
Yeah, right.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
No $14 Bud Lights at the Chesterfield Amphitheatre, y'all.
No good.
Never in my life.
I see like and people like walking around with those like guitar margaritas or whatever. I know, like
guitar margaritas.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
That actually is clever, but I would probably not buy one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they even afford them. Like, that's the thing. So
I'm like embarrassed to even buy like the grenade drink in
New Orleans.
Yes, in New Orleans.
The hand grenades.
Yeah,
they're so bad.
I'm like, ugh, I don't want to be that person.
They're so sugary and bad.
He's like, yeah, I want one.
So far in your travels, hitting Memphis and Nashville and getting to do all these cool things recently, is there Are you getting to experience some of the cool things outside of these events? Like in the cities, some local cuisine or anything, or getting to do some touristy type things, or is it all business?
Well, we went to Gus's Fried Chicken.
Heyo.
We did go to Gus's.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
Gus's.
At Gus's.
Fuck around and find out.
We decided we were going to make a new slogan
Yeah.
for them.
Well, we fucked around.
Yeah, we did find out. And then we took a nap. No, we did get to go to Gus's. In Memphis, it was like the first really nice day. That we all had in this area.
It was
like
70 degrees down
yeah.
there, and we had just come from snow in St. Louis. So
Yeah, so we went to
the river,
the
we went
riverfront.
to the
Yeah, just the
riverfront.
Mississippi River Park, which is really close to our hotel. We went over there and we
Practiced in the sunlight and made some
met
friends.
some strangers. Yeah,
And
Joy was her name.
Yes, shout out to Joy.
She was full of joy.
Turns out it was that guy from Atlantic City.
Joy was an angel. He
That
takes
was
many
fun.
forms. He takes
So
many forms.
we soaked up the sun when we could.
Yeah. And then in Nashville, we didn't have a lot of time in Nashville, but we did. We were able to take friends, and they stayed in our Airbnb
We kind of just partied in
with
the
us.
Airbnb.
Yeah, we kind of just partied at our Airbnb, and actually, little beknownst to us, we didn't know when we got there that the Allman Betts bus, was going to be parked
Like 2 blocks
like a
away
7-minute,
from our
like a 5-minute
Airbnb.
walk. Yeah. So that worked out really nice too. So we could walk back and forth from the bus and hang out with, and
There you go.
the guys have been stuck on the bus for a month, so they could come to our Airbnb and
Yeah.
have a beer or whatever. so.
Actually, I did a podcast on that bus
really?
with those guys. So that was
That's another place you felt pretty cozy right away.
That was
Yeah.
pretty wild. I ran into Devon, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come over to my house and do a podcast on my tour bus?" And I'm like, "Yep,
Hell
Well,
yeah.
that sounds pretty cool." Like, so yeah.
Their tour bus driver is one of my favorite people in the entire world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you come to Chesterfield and they have the bus, I don't know if they will, but if they do, I'll have to introduce you to their driver because he is quite the gem.
Yeah. I think he might have been like going to take a nap or something, so he could be awake while they drive.
Yeah.
But I think I did meet him in passing that day. So,
Sweet man.
but yeah, that's that all sounds like a lot of fun for sure. And hopefully we'll be getting to do a lot more of that, like you're saying, and hopefully getting out and coming to a town near you.
Yeah, we're ready. We're really excited to go on tour and all the things that come with it. We'll probably take my minivan and
Our roller skates.
We'll probably put a mattress in the back. There's a TV
Our
back
video
there. We might need to
games.
bring some video games, Shane.
Yeah.
Might need to bring some PS4.
Oh, peanut butter. Peanut butter.
We'll bring snacks for sure, Allie. We'll get there.
What?
Mattie, we have to pack peanut butter.
Don't forget. It goes with everything. You just
All right.
pack it.
Smooth or crunchy?
Crunchy.
I'll go for either.
Yeah. I like to mix it up every now and then.
But I'm not like a stick the spoon in, eat peanut butter by itself person. I'll do like celery, apples, chocolate and peanut butter
what
together.
you'll do once
Banana.
you're once you're stranded in the desert.
You're starving
Mattie.
and all
you don't
have
know.
is peanut butter.
You know what the first thing you're gonna want when you're in the desert and your mouth is dry?
Some fucking
Peanut butter.
with nothing to drink after. Yeah, you're right. Damn, she's smart.
Yeah.
She's right.
I-
You know what you're gonna want?
Yeah.
Probably some saltine crackers with it too. And you know what?
Some Old South, crisp, mild pickled okra.
Yeah, and you know we'll already be dehydrated because we drank a bottle of tequila the night before. Just dry as a bone.
Yep.
Bring some salt.
You're like, for the River Kittens, y'all are looking pretty dehydrated.
What's new?
Do you ever do peanut butter and honey? You ever?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My dad got me on that. Like back, we used to go to the flea market and get like kind of fresh honey, and then we'd make peanut butter and honey sandwiches, and it was awesome.
You know Billy Crogan from Les Gruff and the Billy Goat?
Yeah.
We're old friends, and he got me my job at the Fountain, and I've been there for like 8 years now. And anyway, he, like way back in the day when I first started, he was making lunch for himself in the kitchen, and I was like, what are you doing? Because he had peanut butter spread on both sides of his bread, and then he was slicing up a pickle and putting that on the peanut butter. And then he acted as if it was a normal thing, as if there's no reason I should be freaking out at all.
Where's he? Isn't he from like Illinois?
He's from St. Louis.
Yeah, it's like this. Where's that normal? Not here.
But then I tried it and I was like, fuck yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Weird.
I'll have to give it a shot.
Apparently it's a thing.
Never heard of it until now, but I'll give it a shot. It's hard to met.
You know what else we gotta bring? We gotta bring pickles.
Hey, we're trying to get that Jif sponsorship over here. So.
Yeah, I forgot. And that pickled okra sponsorship. Yeah, what's it called? Allie was holding it in her lap. Like
I'm showing it off to you.
Allie's holding a jar of pickled okra right now, you guys.
Mild pickled okra from Alma, Arkansas.
From Arkansas.
Crisp and flavorful, this spicy okra is a must for parties and picnics. Adorn your relish trays and enjoy our finest select product, packed fresh from the field to ensure mouth-watering satisfaction. That's Old South pickled okra.
Shit, I can put that on my relish tray. I didn't even think about that.
Take my money now.
Gotta try
Take my money now.
I don't go anywhere without it.
Or peanut butter.
I love
You were telling me that before we clicked record that you had recently sat down with my arch nemesis.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Matt.
Yeah.
We're sorry, first of all.
Bosler.
I do feel bad about it now.
Well, you should. So
we you should. You bitch.
You know, I thought about it the entire time after. I haven't not thought about it since we've done it. And
I've been losing sleep over it.
All I can say is I've never left a podcast more stressed.
I've never been on a podcast where I was a little drunk, I'll give him that, but I've never been on a podcast where they tell you to shut up. So that was interesting and a first, but
it's usually
I don't know did he tell me to shut up? I don't know if he told me to
He was like, hey, will you stop?
Stop talking. Stop talking. Because I did keep interrupting him. I wasn't as nice as I am to you, Shane, obviously.
Also, we couldn't see him.
But he could see us.
Very
which
awkward.
Is weird.
Yeah, that guy's he's something else.
He's a real son of a bitch.
Makes me
I
laugh.
can say
Yeah,
it. You can't.
He definitely does make me laugh.
So funny.
Yeah. He posted a good video today where of him dancing to his Brantley Gilbert cover, and where
then he holds his nose and his nipples get big, and then he pulls on his ear and then his nipples get small.
Yeah.
You know what the best thing about this is that he never ever listens to your show, so we can say whatever we want about him.
Yep.
That's what he says anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't even mention my show by name on it.
Obviously, I would never watch that or listen to it.
He told us it wasn't even allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. He's not a fan, apparently.
He wants to have a drawing of you peeing your pants. I would say he's definitely not a fan.
Well, he's got it now.
Well, if peeing your pants is cool,
right.
and if he knew that.
Yeah, the artwork is pretty spectacular. If you If you haven't, I've seen it. I sent you some copies.
Oh,
Of it.
yeah. Oh, I saw it.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
But yeah, check that out. If you want to listen to that show, you might be able to find River Kittens on Matt's show also.
It's not as good as
Right.
Well, I will say that it's not as good, and we didn't interview as well.
Well, he doesn't even let you play music on his show. He wouldn't.
I was fine with that.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't like our music,
Right.
so.
But anyway,
Making this up.
go check out Mark Basket
Basket's
podcast.
Yeah.
Nice plug.
Well, I do it when I think of it.
Yep. So I got a couple questions that I've been running around town asking. And what would be a dream duet or collaboration you would love to see for the group?
Oh my God.
I know what you will say.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think of that. But yeah.
You don't know what I was thinking?
Yeah, I do. Because I know what you think what I would think.
Okay, well, let's see if she can. Let's see if
Shovels and Row.
that's who I thought you would say.
I know that.
Or a band from Louisville, Kentucky.
Any of them?
Bendigo Fletcher.
I thought you would say both of those. Who do you think I would say?
I think you would say. I keep thinking of people I want to do.
I know. I'm thinking of it now too. I don't know who I would say. Who else would you want to do?
I don't know. Wolfbeck. Brittany Howard.
Brittany Howard would be really cool.
It would be so cool to do something with Nathaniel Rateliff
Lucas Nelson.
and Lucas Nelson.
Yeah.
And
God, yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
I really want to do something with Handmade Moments.
Yeah, they're great.
I know.
Super
yeah.
cool.
I grew up with them.
Oh, yeah.
Jack White. I would love to do something
loves
for
Jack
Jack White.
Just everybody.
Yeah, basically every band that you like and that we
Dr.
like,
Dog.
we'd like to do it
Dr.
with.
Dogs. There are dogs.
Yeah.
You know, we are the River
We do
Kittens.
sing a lot of harmony to certain records, like in the car
We could
together or
totally be
whatever.
doing some Dr. Dog
Dog's
songs.
one.
I would love to do something with them.
Yeah. I got to see Brittany with Alabama Shakes at the Fox, and it was pretty magical. She's awesome.
Dude.
She's amazing.
I was supposed to see her in St. Louis, a solo show at the pageant, and then everything got shut down, so didn't make it to that one.
You know who this is not probably you, but I've always wanted to duet with a band, Pedro the Lion, which is led by a guy named Dave Bazan, who we cover one of his songs, or I cover a couple of them. But I've always wanted to sing with him.
Well, if you're listening, give us a call.
Come on, Dave.
Yep.
Come on, Leon Bridges.
Come on, Lucas
that'd be
Nelson. Yeah. That'd be. We were doing some voices, even your friend in Atlantic City, and before we clicked play or click record. But do you do any celebrity impressions or other voices?
Oh my God, I've been working on my Randy Newman for years.
Yeah.
But Maddie's really good.
Yeah, but I'm like not good if you call him. I can just like do it right after.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Maddie,
I'm good at
if
remembering
you-
movie quotes and stuff. She's always like, "What the fuck is that?"
what about this? Maddie,
From?
if it was my birthday and I hired you and you were a terrible singer, what would you sing for me on my birthday?
Well, it'd probably go something like this. And it's hard because I can hear Yard Eagle still playing, so it might be hard for me to sing bad, but here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Something like that.
Oh my God.
Nailed it.
I'm an expert at singing bad and good.
And pretty good. Pretty good too.
I can't do mediocre, but I can I can give you real bad or real good.
I got the mediocre covered. I think I'm.
Oh, good.
I feel like I.
You want to join the River Kittens?
Oh shit! I mean, yeah.
I ain't doing nothing.
I'll cover that low end bass.
Yes.
So.
I don't know what it is, but you've got it. You're in the band.
Mattie, do Mark Basket.
I can't. I can't. What? Yeah, but well. It's not a real impression. It's just a lot of.
It's like.
Is it? I don't know. It's
I
almost
feel like you're just taking from your experience with him on this last podcast because
he was only saying that because I couldn't stop interrupting him. I feel like I'm doing the.
So that was Matt Bosler's experience with Mattie.
Yeah. So I did. That's very. Well, no, we would never listen to that because it's we don't like him. So he's very. You can tell that he's thinking quicker than you for sure. But no, it reminds me of the. Have you guys ever seen Uncle Buck?
Oh yeah.
With John Candy, when he's on the phone with his girlfriend and she's like cutting him off. He's going, well, wait a minute. What you give me? Hey, come on. Hey, come on, let me. Oh, what you give me?
Kind of sounds like Michael Jackson.
That's go watch it. John Candy was doing his best Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like my Matt Bosler impression I just did.
Mattie's good at it.
There's a girl. I'm blanking on her name now, but Vanessa, I think. She was on SNL and she would do Rachel from Friends impression.
Oh yeah.
And it was basically the same thing, like just like a bunch of little like quick little
well, Ross.
And it would just it was always.
Allie's really good at the northerner, she's good at that accent.
Well, as a doctor, I find it personally hard to find good health care.
See? You sound like the girl. You sound like you're on Fargo. As a doctor.
I just got it from this dumb commercial on the radio.
She's pretty good, though.
Yeah. It's I do a lot of it. Just you get those voices stuck in your head and you just can't help but to start like talking like that, like mimicking those impressions and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I feel like we're a lot of times we're being Southern.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh,
I do the.
Mattie has a good Paula Dean.
Yow. Yow. My sons love this recipe. Yow. One more stick of booter.
Yeah.
That's really like Kristen Wiig doing Paula Dean, but close enough.
Those commercials, like the one that I get to repeating all the time too is the "Are you in good hands?" Or like you just get like those lines stuck in your head and like.
I always do the guy from King of the Hill, but there's only one line that everyone always do. And it was, "Damn it, Peggy."
Yeah.
Well, damn it, Peggy.
I like to do that. It's the same.
I feel like you could do that one.
It's the same voice, but I like to do it from the Beavis and Butthead Do America movie where he's like, "Oh, so the boys have been whacking off in my tool shed."
Oh my god, Shane. Shane Presley just did that.
So
Dude,
wow. Wow.
those are that's where my brain goes with that quote.
Oh my god, Beavis and Butthead. What a dumb TV show that was.
Yep.
You were probably a little too young for that.
Never did it.
Oh, you should. The movie's great.
But you've heard of it.
The movie.
Oh yeah,
You know
my
who they
sister.
are.
Yeah. I have an older sister.
But you don't remember
No.
watching it as a
No.
person that was watching MTV at the time.
No.
The movie is really funny, and they're really well done. I didn't watch the series as much, but obviously the movie's
I feel like I saw it, but probably the once.
Yeah.
And I never went back to it, but Maybe
Mike Judge is
if it's got your
very good.
vote of confidence, I'll go back to it.
I don't know. It's just there's so many great moments. And
I love stupid comedy as much as clever comedy. So
there's a great scene that I quote a lot with my buddy, where they meet these two guys in the desert. Speaking of the desert earlier, they're
parched.
Yeah, they're like crawling through, and then the desert, and they eventually find these two guys who look just like them, and they don't know it, but it's supposed to be their dads. And like they say something like, the two older guys are going on about like, yeah, we banged these two girls back in the day, and like so like you realize like it's their dads, But my favorite part though is they're having a little bonfire there, and he goes, "Y'all want to see something really cool?" And he goes and farts on the fire and just like, so classic fart humor. So just can't go wrong.
Yeah,
there.
nothing wrong with a little toilet humor. But you know what? Speaking of first of all comedy and second of all like characters, I am dying for. I'm sure you've met Libby Higgins before.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well I do listen to Slop City with her and Tina, and I am dying for either like Libby and Tina or Libby and Chelsea Lynn. Trailer Trash Team. Yeah. I want them to play the River Kittens in a video. Like it's our song, but instead of us in the video, it's Tammy and Libby running around. So if you're listening,
They should do that for Trouble.
There you go.
If you're listening, Libby Higgins and Chelsea Lynn,
that's $1 million idea right there.
You guys need to play us in our video.
Fuck yeah.
As you.
Yeah. Yeah, I love those videos they've been doing, and then of course like getting Theo Vaughn involved too, and all that stuff. Like the whole.
Oh my god, they crack me up.
So funny.
What did Tina say the other day? They were reviewing like classic paintings.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh my god!" That's my Tina impression. Yeah. She goes, "What the fuck is this? The fucking the Last Supper, the Last Supper." And she goes, "That's the one with the dogs and the cats, and they're playing poker, right?" And I just died in my kitchen. I died. And then I was like, "Oh my god, River Kittens needs to hook up with these two bitches."
Yeah.
Does remind me of conversations we've had.
Well, if you've talked to Tina, so you know that sounds exactly.
Sure, oh yeah.
She's got such a scratchy voice.
Yeah. Tina and Libby both have been guests of the show, and
I love it.
I don't know Chelsea yet, but I'm a big fan of her work on.
That would be dope if you got Chelsea as a guest.
For sure.
Yeah.
She's big time.
Yeah. Libby's I know
Libby's big time.
Getting crazy hits on some of that stuff, especially that "Excuse Me." That one that was huge.
Excuse me, Excuse Me.
Yeah, Excuse Me. Yep.
Well, I just recently heard her new song called "Guess What, Annie."
Yeah,
and it's about her cat. So I'll let you guys hear that after the show.
All right. Well, that's one question I do often ask about who would play you in the movie version, but I think we've already cast this perfectly. I think those two would be a lot of fun.
Two. If we were gonna be some sort of sexy hot bitches, though, I don't know. Gal Gadot would play Nate. In our movie, obviously.
Right.
I don't know. I don't really... Do you have anyone?
I would love for Kristen Wiig to try to do me.
Yeah.
To try to do me.
To try to do you. Yeah. Allie, we're talking about being you in a movie. So
not who I want to fuck.
Yeah,
okay.
so... different, yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it's Libby and Chelsea. Although neither one of us are blonde. I guess it doesn't matter.
You can change that.
Mm-hmm. It's the magic of the cinema.
She can get a Reba wig or something,
now I'm just going to be thinking all week about who I want to play.
Yeah, we'll get back to
and not
that.
be able to come up with anything now. I'll message you later, Shane.
Thank you.
We do often talk about Thelma and Louise, so you could just say those two ladies.
Yeah. Susan Sarandon.
I think Bill Hader should play me.
Yeah.
You guys do look a lot alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he could pull it off. He's great. I love Bill. Big fan.
I'm gonna.
I've been having fun with this one too. So when the day comes, we have a River Kittens action figures. What would be your pull string quotes?
Oh.
What's
Mine would say. You know what mine would say. It's something that I say.
I'm for it.
For it. No, you're like, I think we all say this because Mattie says it when she gets mad. You don't remember?
No.
Oh. If I get really frustrated or mad or something, I'll go, fuck my ass. So that's probably what mine would say. That or God damn it.
I've started saying that so much.
As far as like exclamations, but maybe it could just sing bad.
Yeah.
Or
That makes
what would you say? Hers would just laugh.
Yeah.
Hers would go,
Yeah, I would have my laugh first and foremost.
I thought you were gonna ask like what accessory we'd have, and mine would definitely be a broken ankle.
It's not an accessory.
A cast?
A cast,
You
maybe,
tell
or
me.
a
Well,
crutch.
you can make a cast an accessory.
right.
Well, I kind of designed my action figure with my roommate this past year, and I'm like this axe yielding punk rock.
In real life,
thing.
Allie'd probably have her dogs.
My dog, I would have 2 dogs behind me, and they would be my backup. So like if I pressed B and A, they would be like,
They'd bark.
if this was Diablo. But I'd also be on a skateboard
Yeah.
with an axe.
She likes to have a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna come in handy on tour.
Definitely gonna.
Gotta beat back those fans.
I'll like come to Mattie after somebody does something like really sweet. Like my mom is like a really sweet person, and she like does things like this all the time. But most recently, like for example, it was like she went through all of Facebook to find like my guitar teacher from when I was like 12 to like tell him that we signed with Devon Allman, and it's like, Mom,
She hates that.
Mom, that's so sweet. Like, I was like, thank you. And then I come to Mattie and I'm just like, oh my God. And then next thing I know, like he's Facebook friended me, and I'm like looking at his profile, and I'm just like seeing how hard it must have been for my mom to find him, because he's just so like hidden in there, like not even recognizable. Like, it's like, Mom.
She's like, oh my God. My mom. I was like,
And Maddie's like, oh, your mom loves you?
I'm like, I'm so sorry your mom's so proud of you. Sounds like a real shit situation. You gotta bring each other back to earth sometimes, you know. Why would that annoy you?
It's like,
she's like, it doesn't. It's just like weird. Oh, your mom is sweet.
sometimes when people like will go on an edge like that for the band or for the music, like on Facebook or anything, I'll come to you and I'm just like so confused, and I'm just like, why would they go through these hoops for us? And you're like, because they love you. And I'm like, oh,
Right. You're like, I thought they were like trying to get to know me to fuck me over. Like, no, Allie, they really like you. They really like you.
Yeah.
it's confusing.
Yeah. Life can be weird sometimes. Well, this has been a ton of fun. A lot of laughs. A lot of good times
Feel
here.
way more understood this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like you really listened to us, Shane.
Yeah. I haven't told you to shut up one time.
Yes, I feel so
No,
heard.
you
I feel
didn't.
seen and I feel heard.
And collected.
Yes.
You can, again, find everything River Kittens on social media, on the Facebook and Instagram. Follow along so you can keep up to date with this new EP coming this summer in June and coming to a town near you after that. And check out that Atlantic City video. We're very proud of how that turned out and really nice.
And keep your eye out for singles.
Yep. I think on Spotify you can follow, and I can keep you up to informed when all those come out. So
Yes,
be sure to
become a monthly listener.
Yeah, there you go. Do that. Helps out a lot. But thank you all for doing this. It's been super cool.
Thank you for
Thank you,
having
Shane.
us. We love you.
Thanks for Yard Eagle providing the
Background music.
Yeah, you'll have to credit them.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we got to pay them now.
I'll split it with all of you because.
I know you're making the big bucks.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Over and out.
Bye.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Well, yeah, that was it.